Infinity Ward set high standards for the Call of Duty franchise with its second game, Call of Duty 2. With a new developer Treyarch making its sequel, did it live up to or even surpass its best-selling predecessor? Call of Duty 3, is it worth it? After the standard tutorial section where you learn the basic controls, Call of Duty 3's campaign gets off to an explosive start. You are thrown right into the middle of a vast and spectacular battle as you assault up a graveyard and become almost overwhelmed by gunfire and explosions. After this dramatic opening, the action eases off the throttle as the game struggles to retain the same level of excitement throughout. You will find yourself in familiar territory if you've played any other Call of Duty game or other military shooters. Objectives rarely deviate from blowing things up and shooting soldiers, and things can start to drag after the first few missions.
Rule 1. You're no good to me dead. Rule 2. What difference does it make? You'll all probably end up dead anyway.
The campaign is longer than most Call of Duty titles, with 14 lengthy chapters for you to battle through. For the most part, these chapters do very little to vary gameplay, but a few moments attempt to try something different, including a trivial attempt at stealth, a couple tank missions, and one chapter that allows for a brief period of free roaming in a jeep. These moments are a welcome change, but are short-lived and the action always quickly reverts back to repetitive gunfights. But repetitive though they are, gunfights are still Call of Duty 3's strongest aspect. Guns look and sound like you would expect, with authentic sound effects and animations that give weapons a sense of realism. The sticky auto lock-on and large amounts of recoil might sometimes feel awkward to people that are used to more modern Call of Duty games, but after several hours, anyone will have mastered several weapons and be slaying Nazis with ease, and you will always have plenty to kill. Large numbers of soldiers on screen at the same time can give battles a sense of scale, but the seemingly constantly respawning foes can sometimes make firefights drag beyond the point of enjoyment. Repetition isn't the campaign's only issue. Unfortunately, it's just one of many. Call of Duty 3 is a very buggy game. There are animation oddities, lighting glitches, stupid AI, moments when you get stuck in walls, invisible walls, dialogue being looped, shaky camera movements, unrealistic physics and death animations, floating objects, and even occasions when you fall through the floor and are forced to restart the level. These were all problems that I encountered in just one playthrough, and I'm sure I could have found more if I hunted for them. Not many of these problems are game-breaking, but they all do their part to make you aware that you're in a computer-generated world and not a real war.
How are you, BT? Skiving as usual.
Get stuffed, you fat Scottish twig!
I'm fair popular around here, you can probably tell.
The story is told from the perspectives of 4 different nations: the Americans, the British, the Canadians, and the Polish. The methods in which the plot is presented is an improvement from Call of Duty 2, as it relies much less on dull voiceover and pictures of maps, and instead focuses on a much more character-based story with fully animated cutscenes. Unfortunately, with the game switching so erratically between perspectives, it can sometimes be hard to follow the overarching plot, and as you spend less time with each set of characters, the emotional highs are somewhat softened. Sometimes iffy voice acting and forced accent should be expected throughout, and the over-dramatised moments can make you feel like you're playing through a Hollywood war film rather than real horrific events.
You're not crazy enough to shoot me! Desertion's a capital offense, Guzzo! Shooting you won't be crazy, it'll be the sanest thing I've ever done!
Despite all its faults, the last few missions ramp up the intense action and result in a hugely satisfying climax that made me instantly forget about the campaign's shortcomings. Overall, the single player offers a good length World War II shooter experience that is enjoyable despite its technical faults. But I am sure, like most Call of Duty fans, what you want to hear about is the online multiplayer. The Call of Duty 3 multiplayer has 9 maps that can be played on 6 different game modes: Battle, Team Battle, Headquarters, War, Capture the Flag, and Single Flag CTF. The console versions have a max player count of 24 players. This, in combination with the game's larger maps and vehicle warfare, gives games in Call of Duty 3 a feeling of a large epic battle rather than Call of Duty's more traditional smaller skirmishes. You can play as any of 7 different non-customizable classes that each come equipped with a variety of starting weapons, equipment and special abilities. Several of these abilities carry across from class to class and include being able to revive fallen teammates, drop ammo supplies, or even call in a devastating airstrike as the Scout class. All of these abilities get upgraded automatically as you rank up in a match, but all of these improvements don't carry over to new games once you leave the lobby. The weapons and game types are generally well balanced, with a combination of different classes being the key to victory in team games. This is a nice departure from Call of Duty 2's almost sniper-only affair, and keeps games from getting tedious. Unfortunately, not everything in Call of Duty 3 is quite so well balanced. The spawning system is particularly flawed. Spawn points rarely ever switch, meaning that you'll frequently have your entire team stuck in their spawn, while getting bombarded with grenades and gunfire. You can also expect to sometimes spawn directly next to an opponent, and vice versa. Other common Call of Duty frustrations are also present, including being blown up by almost invisible anti-personnel mines and overpowered grenade launchers. Call of Duty 3 is an old game, and while still often enjoyable, expect to see a few wrinkles. Problems such as sometimes glitchy focusing when you aim down your sights, and unrealistic vehicle physics demonstrate Call of Duty 3's now outdated tech. However, the biggest issue I had with the multiplayer is team killing. While it can be turned off, it very rarely is. You will sometimes be killed accidentally, but will also regularly be murdered by griefers, and this is when it's most frustrating. Despite the multiplayer's numerous flaws, when the conditions are right, Call of Duty 3 can offer exciting and fun matches of the like you can't find in any other Call of Duty game. The large maps and vehicle warfare won't be for everyone, but there are also several smaller maps that offer faster paced infantry-based combat of the likes that we have now come to associate with the Call of Duty franchise. With a still relatively strong community, you will be able to find plenty of fully populated matches over 6 years after the game's release. I was also pleasantly surprised to see how little lag there was throughout all of my online endeavours. Call of Duty 3 offers a sometimes explosive, but more often repetitive campaign mode, and a multiplayer that does have its problems, but overall is still great fun to play to this day. It might seem dated to players that have only experienced more modern military shooters, but for anyone that's looking for something a bit different, Call of Duty 3 is worth it.
They'll give you a promotion for this.
They'll give us all promotion for this.